you wanna be my friend? It's Lily's friend project. She asked people to apply to be her friend, and then she interviewed them. And when she interviewed them, she saw New York City's a big, big place. Have you got a shot with the human race? Is loneliness what we've all come to expect? From Midwood, Queens to 150th Street, it's Lily's Friend Project.
Hi, I'm Lily, and this is the Lily Friend Project, the show where I had people apply to be my friend and then I interviewed them to see if we would be a good friend match. I've been known to struggle with boundaries in my personal life. I always want to give my all to the people I care about, but that can sometimes really backfire. Not having boundaries with myself or other people can lead to situations that are not good for either party, and the relationship can feel out of control or out of balance. One of the most impactful friendships of my life has been with one of my best friends, Sundara, who I met when I was 12. Throughout our 17 years of friendship, we have had so many fights and low moments that have taught us both about our limits as people and in our relationship. Knowing these limits has actually led me to feel much safer in our friendship and much more connected to Sundara. If you haven't realized by now, this episode is about boundaries. Why do we all seem to have different interpretations of boundary setting? When do we choose to protect ourselves? And how do we maintain our boundaries while remaining open and tender to others? Our friends, Sustaita, Emma, Thomas, and Sundara, will share their experiences with boundaries this episode. And you're going to hear a lot less from me in this episode. But don't be afraid. You won't miss me for long. I'll be back in the next episode. Hope you enjoy. Mwah!
It's Lily's Friend Project.
I think I have maybe a slightly different take on it, but
Yeah.
I think that there are some people who want those traditional things. They expect those traditional things of men, but we want them to also like catch up to us emotionally, like as women, and that feels like we're like adding more. I feel like to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I feel
where
that
it's
way
like
too,
now you want me to be financially capable of taking care of you, and you want me to be emotionally capable of taking care of you.
Yeah.
So I like feel like for me, I've definitely like changed my perspective a little bit, just because it's like I don't really need someone to provide for me financially.
Right.
That kind of stuff, like that traditional long-term society stuff that they've been like putting pressure on men to fulfill.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just need someone who's like healthy, they have good friend boundaries, like they have a positive group of friends, they have interests, they deal with their anger in a healthy way, and they don't put it on their partner. And also I don't want to be a therapist to people. I feel like that's like the biggest issue with the people I've dated.
Or maybe it's a boundaries thing. Maybe it's hard for me personally, I can have trouble holding my own boundaries, and like I always want to go the extra mile in like a sense for people around me, and even if someone's going through something, I like want to be there fully for them, if I love them, but that's not always the healthiest thing for the day, for the friendship, or for you, or even for the other person. And like for me, that's a really hard lesson I'm having to learn. Like, how do you still have humanity and be there for people, but also be there for yourself, and like create functioning relationships with good boundaries while you're still going deep and being able to like connect. That's such a struggle for sure.
I totally understand that. I do think like I kind of see people, unfortunately, it could be a downside, but I see people as like chapters in my life, and like if they're there for the rest of the book, that's really great, and I appreciate that. But I try to like give people what is needed to sustain the friendship until like both of us realize like, hey, we're kind of like growing apart, or like we need to, if one person's not evolving in the same way or compatibility wise, like I kind of just like I can give them as much as I can and like say that I'm there for them, but if they don't reach out, it's like what more can you do?
Right. That's very Nietzschean of you.
I'm kind of an oversharer.
Oh my god, me too.
It's a bit, yeah, like I don't know, socially I feel like I can chatterbox and talk to everybody, and I could tell them like everything that I'm going through. I'm like, oh man, I'm so stressed about this guy or whatever the case, and then I say, okay, nice to meet you, goodbye, and like
Yeah.
I don't exchange the phone number or make the connection to like, do you want to keep talking and be friends? That's like my biggest problem is like I'm an open book a lot of the time, but to really like shake hands and meet the right people, it's like really difficult for me. So that's why I was like, well, this person's already putting themselves out there, so
That's so nice.
I'll just put myself out there too. Firstly, I'm not from here, so a lot of people who are here that I noticed, they have a lot of college friends, high school people who live here, they have their high school friends and their college friends. But a lot of the time, I do have like a lot of different hobbies and interests and things I want to try. People, I like too many things to like just do one thing for the rest of the entire year.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of the advice people are saying, even for like in-person dating, it's like be a regular somewhere. I'm like, that costs money. A lot of the time it feels very surface level because they just have friends in the friend group of that one thing that they like to do. And like they only do that one thing together, and they don't really become involved in each other's lives. Yeah, they only hang out to rock climb. They only hang out to do that one thing.
Yeah.
So I feel like that has been the hardest for me because I can't just put my personality into one thing and then that's going to be my personality for the rest of the year or the month.
There's a question on the questionnaire, and it's like, what do you believe is true? And it was like different statements on friendship, and you selected what Nietzsche said about friendship.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Because Nietzsche talked a lot about just being a better person, and like the goal in your life should be to be better and to strive to be the best self you can. And so he said that friends are supposed to help you get there, and that you should both try and strive to do that for each other. And if you realize that that's no longer happening for one or both of you, that you shouldn't be friends anymore.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah. Do you feel like you've ever had that happen with a friend?
Yeah, I think what I was mentioning with like leaving Chicago, I think like I just reached a point of difference with friends, where like a lot of my friends there that I met through like the church or like very religious like stuff that I was involved in. And so it was like kind of weird because like during the pandemic, so this is like all very recent, me and a lot of my friends just decided to like leave Christianity, leave the church. Like,
wow, so you left during the pandemic?
Yes.
Wow. Yeah. So before that you were like full
Christian girl autumn.
Oh,
like,
really?
I like not that level, but that's what I grew up with.
Yeah.
But I think like,
so you only recently became a goth?
Yes, I guess. Recent goth
convert.
Yeah. Converted to the church of, I don't know,
Satan. Well, that's a different thing.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, with the friend thing, I think like everybody kind of left religion in a different way, and I think I was like very much of like, well, I'm gonna kind of do the opposite, or like try all the things that I've been wanting to try, but I was just told, and like even my family is like super religious, like all my siblings are adopted, like it was that very like evangelical adoption family that I come from.
Yeah.
So it's like that's like what me and my family are still like in that, or not me, I guess, but my family is still really in that life.
Yeah.
And so like there were just so many things that I was told were bad throughout like my whole childhood and like early adulthood. And I think just like, and I was like in the Christian school system for years as a child. So like this all started super, super young.
Yeah.
So when the pandemic hit and like I was like, okay, like I have to walk away from this.
What do you think? Why do you think you felt that way in the pandemic?
I think just like for a long time, the way that the church like kind of keeps people really invested and really involved is like physically being there.
Okay.
And just this idea of like they have like, I mean, Christian supremacy is just such a like crazy American thing.
Yeah.
And so this concept of like, no, like you have to be there, you have to be like volunteering, you have to be giving your time, your money, like your whole community is based on that. It's like very involved. And so like when we all left, like I think everybody adjusted differently. A lot of my friends were just wanting to follow a little bit more of a traditional like path that we all grew up with like marriage or like having kids or like following that like really traditional female path of just a Christian woman. And I was like, I just
even
don't...
just a Christian woman, like it freaks me out. I don't know why. Like that
it's
idea.
Weird. It's very culty.
Yeah.
So I think with like a friend breakup that I had, like I had a best friend that we were living in the studio apartment together.
You wrote about this.
Okay, yeah. So like basically she got married, but before that I was like, hey, just letting you know, like we're both really young. You don't have to do this. Like there was just this feeling of like they didn't really seem like financially independent fully yet. And I was like, you know, you're walking into like a really big commitment. And there was just a lot of other factors that like basically just the church kind of had the relationship that they had in a chokehold. And I think I was like, I wanted to see like them making their own decisions. And I think I kind of went off the deep end in other ways that was like not good for the friendship because I was like, fuck the church, I'm going crazy.
Yeah, you were in your psychedelic girl era.
Yeah, where I was like, or just drinking a lot too. And so it was, I think that was like a really tough, like, and when you talk about spirituality, it goes really deep because me and my best friend, we were both like raised in such like, she was from the South. So she was from like a really fundamental like family, and I was from like a really old school fundamental background. So like you have so much of your psychology telling you that everything you do is wrong and bad, and we both were like struggling with that in different ways.
Yeah, and she just she doubled down maybe.
Yeah, of like I'm like, especially with like sexuality, like I'm gonna honor the church and marry this guy. You know, and I was like, like, such a rough, like, we're so young.
Yeah.
We're child brides. Like,
yeah, Broad City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was a friendship that, like, I was really bummed to, like, see gone. There, like, would have been no way to really continue it because I'm not living there anymore.
Oh, and did you guys have, like, a fight over it? You were like, I don't think you should get married? And then she was like...
No, I mean... I was always supportive. Like I did have a few conversations because like for rent, like we reached a point where like I was just fully paying rent, which was fine because it was a studio, so it was what I was used to paying.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, if you're getting married, like that's gonna be rough.
And then you're like, is the husband gonna move into the studio with us? Or...
Oh no, he had his own place.
Oh, okay. So she was gonna leave the studio and move in with him.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, and so you were kind of like, oh, you're not you are not financially like, and now you're going to this, and if it like you're kind of okay. I see what you mean. Like she was sort of almost like it would be really hard for her to get out of the situation if she wanted to at this point.
Yeah, I think so. And like I don't think she wanted to. Like he's a very like sweet guy too.
Of course, you don't enter into that wanting to, but it's like probably, you know.
Yeah, I
just
think
for your own self, it's good to have that
independence.
Yeah, or like to be like, okay, I could leave whenever I one, and it wouldn't be a massive struggle or something.
Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think just there was so
I could
much.
see as a friend how you would be concerned for her, for sure.
Yeah, and I think it just like I think I dealt with a lot of anger, and like the way that friendship ended, like it didn't really technically end. Like I just ended up leaving the city and then we just stopped talking. So there was never really like a fight or any bad feelings whatsoever. Like that didn't happen at all. But it was kind of just like this sadness of like knowing that I had some toxic behaviors that I was sorting through, and then, seeing like her in this situation, and now we're like both in these like completely different lives. And so I think just, yeah, but at the end of the day, like, it gave me an opportunity to like find people here who were a little closer fitted to like the kind of lifestyle that I really wanted for myself, and was like just choosing for myself of like, okay, these are the kind of people I identify with and personally, and who don't have to be following a set of rules or not.
So now my planning situation, and I've done this with the opera, which is rather than being like, what does everyone want to do? Now that I'm like, okay, I've been single for about a year. I've been like traveling alone. I live alone. I'm like doing a lot of stuff alone, a lot of free time. I'm like, I need to love myself and enjoy myself so much. And if you want to be around me while I'm doing that, you are welcome to. So like the opera was like, hey everyone, I booked a ticket. I'm going. I don't care if you're going or not. I'm there. Here's my seat. If you want to come. And like 15 people came after like just giving them that. And
Dude, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I feel like I've had the same exact realization.
yeah.
Because doing this project, I've thought so much about friendship, and like even before it, the past couple years, I've had so many experiences that have just made me completely rethink friendship and just everything about it. And I've started lately doing that. And even before I read your questionnaire, I like found this DJ playing on my birthday, and I was like, I'm gonna go, and I've just been telling all my friends I'm going, and they can come if they want to too.
Yeah.
And I think doing stuff like that is the best way, because people are more attracted to someone who's got a positive
Right.
thing
And it's
going.
like, and you're not saying my fun is dependent on your arrival.
Yes.
Right? You're saying I'm going to be having fun, and if you want to be around someone having fun, then show up. And then
Yeah.
someone's like, well, yeah, I want to have fun. Okay, I'll show up,
Yeah.
Versus being like, if you don't come, I can't have fun. And then it's like, we're like, what is this,
Yeah.
a transaction?
Yeah, totally.
You're
Totally.
like asking of me something versus just being like, no, I'm here. This is going to be fun.
Yeah,
So I
totally.
did this for Italy. I'm going to
Whoa.
Italy. I just started planning it. I went last year for a month, all over, and one friend came. And this year, kind of a similar thing. I like came back, and everyone I talked to was like, I want to go to Italy. Let me know when you go next time. And I'm like, I'm not tour guide. I'm not going to be tour guide for 15 people. No way. I don't want to do that. But I will email everyone and say, hey guys, here are the dates I'm in Rome.
Yeah.
And here's 4 Airbnbs that are very close to the one I'm going to be in. I'm going to have an Airbnb by myself because I do not want to be with other people.
No, that's the
And
worst.
it's like, I have a friend who has some apartments where I'm like, if people want to come, I will help you maybe find a place, but I'm not your tour guide. I will be there though.
Yeah.
And if you're there, I'll like
Let's hang
obviously
out.
hang out, and obviously I'll be like, go here, go to this restaurant, go here, this is great. Meet up, I'll show you around, but I can't like
I'm not
there's
gonna
like
plan
a
your vacation
limit of
for
like
you.
yeah, I don't really do like stand up or anything. It's mostly improv sketch stuff.
I love improv.
And so there's a lot of like
Yeah.
kind of you're in the theatery scene, or you're with a lot of actors and like people who are then being like, oh, I'm performing in this play, or I did this. So you're kind of like seeing random things just
Yeah.
from your friends
The
that
community,
you're like
yeah.
community. It was funny in that I think I put it in the in the questionnaire, and I've talked about it with several people now, which was, the question was like, how many close friends do you have? A close friend's defined as you see them in person 2 times a month, was what you said.
Yeah, I
think
think
that's
it's,
what it
I have
was.
it right here. How many close friends? By close friends, I mean people that you see more than twice a month if they live in the tri-state area, or if they live long distance friend you speak with at least twice a month.
Yeah. And so I think my answer was similar, like, that's a lot of people. Like, I wouldn't consider them all close friends, but I see so many friends a lot
Because of
the comedy community. And
That's
then-
awesome.
And I sent the link to my other friend, and he was like reading through it, and he was like, these questions are really, really nice. He was like, you know, he was happy, he liked the questions. I don't think he filled it out though. He was like, I don't have time, but then he was like, this close friends question is really interesting. I was just talking to someone else about this.
Yeah.
Because he's in comedy, and he was like, if I had to say how many close friends based on this measure, it'd be like 200 close friends.
That's amazing.
Because
Wow.
he's out every night doing a comedy show. It's all the same big community and whatever. And it was kind of interesting, like how I don't really think of a lot of these people as close friends, because you don't
Get to know them.
you don't get to know them that well. And
Yeah.
I hung out with someone a few weeks ago that I have known for probably 3 to 5 years, and we have seen each other every month, probably twice, you know, close friend in that term of close friends, and we had never hung out one-on-one. And she like came over and we had dinner, and she was helping me make this mask that I needed for a project, and it was so strange. So then we had this like great conversation. It was like, it's so crazy. We've known each other for so long, and we've like never
Really.
actually like
Had
got
a-
to know
yeah.
each other. It's really crazy to kind of have that sort of community. Or like, I've had friends that I know and am aware that they're going through something.
Yeah.
That they went through a breakup or something, and so they've been a little more in a sour mood, and they don't want to do things the way that would make it easier for everybody. But that's very different to me than the person that like just forgot to show up, and they're an hour and 30 minutes late for dinner, you know, and you're like, okay, that's kind of rude. And then like the
Yeah.
next time they do the exact same thing or whatever, I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't need this person. I don't need this hour and a half late person every time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna stop inviting them. I don't
Yeah.
need that, you know.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, I hear you for sure. I mean, one of my questions for you was about how like you talked about your friends in Chicago and how you just really, some of them, I
Yeah.
don't want to say all of them, but like a particular group you were saying, and you just realized like at a certain point they were just people that they didn't contribute positively to your life, and
Yeah.
like you felt like there was like a negativity that they were giving you, and like I just wanted to ask you like what you do now when you start to feel like that, if you're getting to know someone or if you're feeling that from like a group of
Cut them
people.
out.
You just
They're
cut them out.
done.
You just go.
They're done
you,
with me.
Goodbye.
You know, and actually, I remember moving to New York, and something I remember telling a few friends when I first moved here, because some of the people in Chicago that were in Chicago, the story I was telling, the people that I'm still friends with and still see left Chicago. And so I was like kind of the last one there with this group of friends, and just like digging ourselves into a deeper hole. And then I left Chicago, and then everyone sort of dispersed as well. And I think after everyone dispersed, like everyone kind of like got a little better at just being an adult, but there was just something about that energy. But so there are still people I see. One of them's in New York now. But when I moved here, I didn't really know anybody. I had maybe 1 or 2 friends here. I didn't see them that much. And so what I realized was a great advantage of that was that I can really choose my friends. I don't have to hang out with people, because I think that was something I hate doing too, is you have one friend, and by proxy you have to hang out with 3 other people you don't like.
Oh my God, yeah.
And you're just like, I don't want to see those people.
It's like when your friend has a new partner and they like just bring them.
Yeah,
And they don't
and
even
you're like,
ask you.
like,
They just
don't
bring
like
them to
this-
everything,
yeah,
and you
you're
don't
like-
like the person.
Yeah, and you have to deal with it. So, And that felt like what Chicago was, which was like I had like one friend that had like 6 friends I hated, you know, and was just like constantly being around people I didn't want to be around.
Yeah.
And so when I first moved here, I was like, I have such an opportunity to create a circle of people that make me feel good and I'm like happy with. And it took like 4 years of just like, you know, meeting people and kind of having friends, but never like super committing to things, and it kind of fading because I'm like not sure. And then starting comedy was when it was like, oh, these people are just solid people, and like they're also funny, and they like, sure, there's people in this scene that maybe I wouldn't hang out with or I don't find we connect,
Yeah.
but no one's like bad.
Yeah.
And maybe there's obviously a lot of bad dudes in comedy that have been called out, and there's probably still many in there, but like I'm not around most of these people, you know. I'm like,
Yeah, the
I'm
people
around,
in your general vicinity,
Yeah.
you don't find abhorrent, which
yeah,
is like,
yeah,
that's so nice of you to say, because I've lived here for 5 years now, and it's like I feel the same way. I have various connections in different places, but not yet like a community
Yeah,
of
yeah.
like homies, which I feel like makes such a difference, because I feel like most of my friends that I hang out with don't know each other,
Yeah,
or they just
yeah.
know each other through me, and they're not necessarily like people that would get along.
Right. So there's never the like, hey, what are you doing tonight? Oh, us 3 are hanging out.
Yeah.
And you're like, cool, I'll come over too.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that's the best feeling. It's one-on-one time every time you hang out with people
Yeah,
is
yeah.
kind of gnarly.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
You need like the times where you don't need that. Which is funny because
Yeah.
I almost have the opposite where it's like,
Oh,
I
okay.
like barely ever have one-on-one time because, you know, recently we've been playing pool. It's just been like me and like 2 other friends. We started playing, and then it was kind of this similar to this Italy thing where it's like, oh, tell me when you're playing pool. I want to play pool. I want to play pool. So then we're like, all right. So then we have this like group chat of like
Pool players.
pool players and go, hey, I think I'm gonna go play pool tonight. And then it gets to a point that there's so many people there that you don't even play pool anymore because you have one table for like 9 people. And so you hit like 2 shots the whole night, and
Yeah.
it's like you're barely playing.
And a lot of people aren't into it.
Yeah, they're not that
Yeah.
good, and they're like kind of goofing off. Like, should I hit it like this? What should I do? I'm like, just hit the ball because I wanna go.
It's so funny. I'm like either really good or I'm like really bad.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Or I'm like really bad, and then I drink like 3 white wine spritzers, and I'm like amazing.
We
You know, I'm like,
Yeah,
and then it
there's-
just works.
there's
I don't
like
know. It's
the-
weird.
There's like the weird like drinking how many drinks before you're like really good,
and
you
then
get
really bad. Yeah.
Lily has been the keeper of so many memories, and like also like hard experiences, but like beautiful, formative experiences.
Yeah, I will remind you of things that you went.
Yeah.
And like actually, so we went to middle school together, and then I left and I went to a boarding school, and
Yeah.
then I was like saying it really helped me and it was amazing. And then you went to a different boarding school,
Super far away.
super far away. And then we actually accidentally ended up going to college together. So we also went to
That was insane.
yeah.
I was like,
and we had a really
oh,
crazy
wow.
college thing. That was like a really crazy moment for both of us for a lot of reasons. But throughout our college experience,
Yeah.
I would remind you of things you had told me or that had happened when we were
Yeah.
younger, and
It really upset me.
it would have really upset her.
Really, in my mind, like you've always been kind of like the holder, the keeper of like so many things that we've
my
also
God.
shared, but also like just in my life even.
Yeah, yeah.
Like our friendship is really like we've had moments of being very close, and then like kind of growing separately from each other, like finding like more space or independence, and then coming back together again.
Yeah.
And like we also like think that this fluctuation was probably
Healthy.
and necessary at certain
Yeah.
times.
Like, I
it's
feel like
like-
we've treated each other horribly.
Yeah, like I've
and-
never fought with somebody as hard as I fought with
Yeah,
Lily. Like
like,
it's
we-
really intense.
And like I'm a person that I think I really I have like a really crazy relationship to anger, and like I
Same.
really I would say I'm a kind of like wrathful person, but like a lot of times I tamp it down.
Yeah, she's more bottled.
I like
than
bottle
am.
it up,
Yeah.
and this was like a moment where the bottle was like uncorked, and like a lot of anger and rage came up.
Yeah.
And like that doesn't happen for me very much.
I think also something weird happened because like I was an early bloomer and you were a late bloomer. There became this kind of like big sister, younger sister thing when we were much younger.
Yeah, totally.
And then I started like telling you what was okay and what was not okay. It's so like uncomfortable to think about those dynamics that we shared before. And I think that's like what feels so good right now to like meet each other as like two women.
Yeah.
Like so many years apart from like this time. Like we were in school together 5 years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
And of course we visited each other in between, but we haven't had this much time together since.
Yeah.
So it's just really cool to like see the growth and to see like where we both are. And
yeah, I've always really appreciated you because there have been times where I'm really scared of telling anyone something. And I tell you and you're like, I don't feel judged by you. Like maybe you'll laugh at me, but like in a friend way. But I've always felt really like you have an ability to accept a lot. And
like,
we were just talking. We were like laughing our asses off. It was
oh
the
my
best.
God, it was
the
insane.
Best. Insane. And yeah, it's really amazing to meet someone like you when we were 12 and you were so troubled.
Yeah.
And like we were like, are we gonna make it in this life? Like, are we gonna, I remember we talked, I was like, had this real crazy fear that I was like, gonna end up like in a mental institution or like living on the street and not, or like being lonely. I really had this insane fear of that. And
like, I always imagine myself like not growing old.
Yeah.
Like dying young.
Oh, wow.
Not like from myself, but like circumstance or like an accident or something.
Yeah, and I remember we'd talk about it and we had such low ideas.
Like, we were not like dreaming high. We were like, we just have to get through it.
We need to make it out, you know? And it's like really, really, I think it's so important to take this moment to be like we are like living in two of the coolest cities in the world. And like, I feel like both of us in different ways are on our own paths to things that like are really good for us.
I really believe that like bizarre circumstances are attracted to us as a couple. Like
I do too.
Like the taxi situation.
Like the column.
Oh yeah, the column dude. Like there's so
the turtle.
So many wonderful moments that also like I feel like wouldn't have happened if I was with another friend, you know?
Yeah, we're like, maybe it's also like we appreciate these things together. We get so in the moment with each other that like it's like, oh, like a tiny thing is like
is everything.
It makes me laugh, and it makes me feel like I'm literally like a teen again.
Me too.
It's amazing.
But this is how we always were.
Yeah.
Like laughing like crazy.
Yeah, and just like funny things happening all the time.
Like just absurd.
The Lily Friend Project was created and hosted by me, Lily Hogan. It was post-produced, edited, and sound designed by Noreen Mullick. The theme music was created and performed by Bridge Gamble. Special thanks to Sustaita, Emma, Thomas, and Sundara. If you liked this podcast, please head on over to your platform of choice and rate and review us. It really makes a difference. Additionally, we're on TikTok and Instagram, just the show title, so you can just type that into those platforms. And also, I created a secondary questionnaire which I put on the website. Again, lilyfriendproject.com. It's just the show title.com. And there you can fill out the secondary questionnaire, which will automatically spit you out into a Discord community where we'll be doing live events and just generally trying to build community the Lily Friend Project way. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.